Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Moment of Sports to get into. While I get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, BMC.collectibles, and save it and sell it on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks, and let you know we go live and we go live. Box one. Oh, wow. Well, we've got something beautiful on the back here. Grace Knox, 2 of 10. Isabella Garachi, 1 of 1. Jersey Robinson, 1 of 1. Madison Connor, 1 of 1. Haley Van Lith, 8 of 8. Naomi Osaka, 1 of 1. Hannah Hidalgo, LFG, 1 of 8. And 8-track, 1 of 1. Basha Cunningham, Rachel Glenn, Riley Amenhauser, Paris McKenzie, Lily Jones, Emily Pierce, Diamond, and Cammie Miracle. Boom. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have any of those 8 ladies. Cheryl Miller, 2 of 10. Haley Van Lith, 2 of 10. Anna Hidalgo, 7 of 10. Diana Taurasi, 10 of 10. Mia Paldo, 2 of 3. Brandy Chastain, 3 of 3. Cynthia Cooper, 1 of 1. And Katie Ledecky, 1 of 5. Box of 3. Dominique Malaga, 1 of 1. Chloe Kitts, 1 of 1. Reagan Smith, 4 of 4. Katie Ledecky, 7 of 10. Tania Latson, 6 of 10. Liz Kitley, 7 of 8. Cassidy Cook, 5 of 7. And Cameron Brink, 4 of 4. On card inscribed, Cheryl Miller, 63 of 100. Irina Trushenko, 1 of 1. Michelle Watterson Gomez, 7 of 7. Anna Cavender, 1 of 1. Kim Mulkey, 2 of 2. Annie Beard, 7 of 7. Laura Rutledge, 5 of 5. And Aaliyah Crump, 1 of 1. Box 5. Kayla Harrison, 1 of 1. Kaylin Chen, 1 of 1. Kay Martin, 1 of 8. Montana De La Rosa, 1 of 1. Miss Tony B, 3 of 4. Chloe Kitts, 1 of 8. Kaylin Chen, 1 of 1. And Nika Moole, 4 of 10. Box 6. On card inscribed for Kaylin Chen, 113 of 200. Monet Davis, 1 of 1. Alexi Hull, 1 of 1. Lisa Leslie, 4-5. Kiki Iriopin, 3-7. Lily Fenton, 3-7. Arena Trushenko, 3-7. And Caroline DeSharma, 1-1. Box 7. Maddie Hayes, 1-1. Georgia Moore, 1-1. Olivia Miles, 1-1. Cameron Brink, 1-1. Madison Connor, 1-1. Sonia Citron, 4-8. Jeanette Lee, 4-5. And Delaney Harkness, Ella Buffet, 2-4. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Box 8. Annalie Waters, on card inscribed, 25/25. Hillary Knight, 1-3. Aaron Blanchfield, 1-1. Aaron Andrews, 2-3. Cynthia Cooper, 7-7. Misha Tate, 7-10. Montana De La Rosa, 5-5. And Chris Cyborg, 1-1. Box 9. Malaysia Full Wiley, 3-10. Sophia Panosian, 5-10. Morgan Stickney, 5-5. Sonia Citron, 7-10. Olivia Miles, 6-10. Kate Harping, 4-6. Sarah Strong, 4-10. And Kayla Harrison. Liquid Fire, 1-1. And finally, box number 10. Good luck, everybody. Kennedy Martin, 1-3. Maddie Weaver, 1-1. Misha Tate, 1-5. Sophie Cunningham, 1-1. Jenica Lewis, 2-4. Sydney Rezegi, 4-4. Katie Dennebeer, 1-1. And Toby Fournier, 2-3. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break. As always, go and get a hit recap going real quick, and then we'll take care of our randoms. For the hits, Grace Knox, Isabella Garachi, Jersey Robinson, Madison Connor, Haley Van Lith, Naomi Osaka, Hannah Hidalgo, Cheryl Miller, Haley Van Lith, Hannah Hidalgo, Diana Taurasi, Maya Paldo, Brandy Chastain, Cynthia Cooper, Katie Ledecky, Dominique Malanga, Chloe Kitts, Reagan Smith, Katie Ledecky, Tania Lotson, Liz Kitley, Cassidy Cook, Cameron Brink, Arena Trushenko, Michelle Watterson-Gomez, Hannah Cavender, Kim Mulkey, Annie Beard, Laura Rutledge, Aaliyah Crump, Kayla Harrison, Caitlin Chen, Kate Martin, Montana De La Rosa, Tony B, Chloe Kitts, Caitlin Chen, Nika Moole, Monet Davis, Alexi Hall, Lisa Leslie, Kiki Iriopin, Lily Fenton, Arena Trushenko, Caroline DeSharma, Maddie Hayes, Georgia Moore, Olivia Miles, Cameron Brink, Madison Connor, Sonia Citron, Jeanette Lee, Hillary Knight, Aaron Blanchfield, Aaron Andrews, Cynthia Cooper, Misha Tate, Montana De La Rosa, Chris Cyborg, Malaysia Full Wiley, Sophia Panosian, Morgan Stickney, Sonia Citron, Olivia Miles, Kate Harping, Sarah Strong, Kayla Harrison, Kennedy Martin, Maddie Weaver, Misha Tate, Sophie Cunningham, Jenica Lewis, Sydney Rezegi, Katie Dennebeer, and Toby Fournier. On card inscribed for Cheryl Miller, Kaylin Chen, and Anna Lee Waters. And headed to random.org. Dual auto for Delaney Harkness and Ella Beaufait. And Octo auto, Basha Cunningham, Rachel Glenn, Riley Emenhauser, Paris McKenzie, Lily Jones, Emily Pierce, Diamond, and Cami Miracle. Alright, that is it for Women of Sport. We are on to 2025 Leaf Football Nation Solo Edition here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go. But first, we're going to head to random.org and knock these two out. We'll be back with that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Get it here, how to be valid for us. We're going to go 7 times on each random, starting off with Delaney Harkness and Ella Beaufait. That is 6 times. Final roll. Delaney Harkness with the win. Congratulations. And Basha Cunningham, Rachel Glenn, Riley Emenhauser, Paris McKenzie, Lily Jones, Emily Pierce, Diamond, and Cami Miracle. That is 6 times. Final roll. Basha Cunningham with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for Women of Sport. We'll be back in just a second with 2025 Leaf Football Nation. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. On B3, we've got one case of 2025 Leave Football Nation Solo Pack Edition to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and see us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks, and let you know we go live and be live. Also, mention no purchase necessary. Full link down in the description. Alright. Oh, very nice. Box number 1. Or pack number 1, I guess. Mason Olds Claw, Cam Williams, and Gunnar Stockton. 2 of 5. These are both press proofs. So there's going to be 2 press proofs and then an auto every single pack, for those of you who did not check up on it. Pack number 2, Elijah Brown, Antoine Hill Jr., and Cade Klubnik. 5 of 8. Peyton Falzoni, Bo Collins, and Peyton Falzoni. Auto 5 of 5. Mike Rozier, Edgerrin James, and Donovan Olagbode. 8 of 8. Yeah, that's the solution. If you're losing the randoms, you just gotta buy every single spot that could be random, and then you'll win. Hopefully. If you don't win, then I don't know what to tell you. Peyton Manning, Filippo Inzaghi, and Donovan McNabb. 1 of 1. Ansu Fati, Jadarian Price, and Giles Jackson. 3 of 6. Karim Benzema, Hope Solo, and Troy Hune. 3 of 7. Devon Williams Jr., Donovan Olagbode, and Kyron Drones. 1 of 2. Tommy Castellanos, Kobe McLeod, and Oscar Rios. 5 of 8. Teddy Bruschi, Jared Curtis, and Nick Harbor. 14 of 15. Aaron Gregory, Jeff Hurst, and Kendrick Toscano. 2 of 15. Drew Brees, DeMond Williams Jr., and Jackson Arnold. Jaden Brody, Randy White, and Ty Hawkins. 8 of 15. Ethan Vasco, Isaac Tisla, and Malachi Ziegler. 7 of 7. DeMond Williams Jr., CJ Carr, and Tristan Keys. 1 of 15. Justice Haynes. We've got a triple press proof for Terry Bradshaw, Rocky Blair, and Terry Henratty. That'll be headed to random.org. And Woody Marks, 4-4. Jimmy Horn Jr., Gabriel Magalhaes, and Austin Simmons. Amar Johnson, Aaron Anderson, and Trey Taylor. 5 of 6. Juju Lewis, Brandon Arrington, and Curtis Rourke. 5 of 7. Kendrick Escano, Richard Dent, and Jalewis Solomon. 3 of 15. Tristan Keys, Hope Solo, and Taj Brooks. 4 of 15. Mark Gronowski, Tristan Keys, and Winston Watkins Jr. 5 of 7. Caden Durham, Damon Williams Jr., and Zach Katz. 1 of 6. Graham Mertz, Jerome Miles, and Trevor Jackson. 4 of 5. Randy White, Jaden Greathouse, and Lenore Sellers. 3 of 7. CJ Daniels, Fernando Mendoza, and Ryder Lyons. 4 of 8. Pack 27, Fernando Mendoza, Caleb Cunningham, and Tate Reynolds. 5 of 8. Zach Katz, Chris Denson, and Urian Dickey. 3 of 8. So this is pre-sold breaks. All of these, all the names were sold last night. And this is just the break of it. Gunnar Stockton, Trey Taylor, and Damian Martinez. 2 of 3. Benny Testaverde, Mark Gronowski, and Coy Parrish will be the final card of the break. 6 of 15. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break, as always. Look forward to having you all back in here sometime soon. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, then we'll take care of our random. Do have more of this up and running. It's just kind of a cheaper version. Football Nation, 30 autos, guaranteed, not too bad. For a much cheaper product. Yeah, sure thing, bud. Like I said in your messages where you called us, what was it, cheaters and scammers, because we put Football Nation Solo Pack in the title and description. We could have easily put in a GIF that just flashes, so that way particularly you could find out that it was Solo Pack. No one else seemed to have any kind of problem with differentiating it from actual hobby or jumbo, because again, if you're buying hobby or jumbo or Solo Pack, it is in the title. Gunnar Stockton, Cam Williams, Elijah Brown, Antoine Hill Jr., K.A. Klubnik, Bo Collins, Edgerrin James, Dominic Oligbode, Filippo Inzaghi, as well as the person who has requested cancellation for at least one item every single break we've done for the past 3 weeks, because you bid incorrectly. I would personally not be causing issue. Donovan McNabb, Ansu Fati, Giles Jackson Jr., Hope Solo, Damon Williams Jr., Dominic Oligbode, Aaron Gregory, GF First, Drew Brees, Damon Williams Jr., Ethan Vasco, Damon Williams Jr., CJ Carr, Gabriel Magalhaes, Austin Simmons, Amar Johnson, Aaron Anderson, Brandon Arrington, Hope Solo, Caden Durham, Devon Williams Jr., Graham Mertz, C.J. Daniels, Fernando Mendoza, Caleb Cunningham, Chris Denson, Gunnar Stockton, and Damian Martinez. Mason Holtzclaw, Peyton Falzoni, Mike Rozier, Peyton Manning, Jadarian Price, Karim Benzema, Kyron Drones, Kobe McLeod, Oscar Dios, Jared Curtis, Nick Harbor, Kendrick Gascano, Jackson Arnold, Jaden Brody, Isaac Tesla, Malachi Ziegler, Justice Haynes, Jimmy Horn Jr., Juju Lewis, Curtis Rourke, Kendrick Gascano, DeLewis Solomon, Mark Gronowski, Jerome Miles, Jaden Greathouse, Lenore Sellers, Urian Dickey, Mark Gronowski, and Coy Parrish. So if it clearly stated it, and everyone else is agreeing in the chat that it was clearly stated, I don't really understand how it was deceiving, other than the fact that you could not read it and see for yourself. That's not an us problem, or lease problem. So again, very confusing. Troy Hume, Tommy Castellanos, Teddy Bruschi, Randy White, Ty Hawkins, Tristan Keys, Woody Marks, Trey Taylor, Richard Dent, Tristan Keys, Taj Brooks, Tristan Keys, Winston Watkins, Zach Katz, Trevor Jackson, Randy White, Ryder Lyons, Tate Reynolds, Zach Katz, and Trey Taylor, Vinny Testaverde. And we have one thing headed to random.org. That is a triple press proof for Terry Bradshaw, Rocky Blair, and Terry Hanratty. Alright, that is it for Football Nation. We're going to head over to random.org real quick and knock this out. Back with that in just a second. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Got to be here high to be out for us. Got to go 7 times on the random. Terry Bradshaw, Rocky Blair, and Terry Hanratty up and running. That is 6 times. Fun to roll. Terry Hanratty with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for Football Nation. We'll be back in just a few minutes with another solo pack break. But this time it's going to be 2025 Leaf Metal Sports Heroes. Get you guys back here for that in a second. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Sports Heroes Multi-Sport Solo Edition to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we're live to be live. Also, to mention no purchase essay, link down in the description. Start us off with Don Chaney. 5 of 15. Rudd Hullett. 27 of 35. That's cool. O'Reilly Fingers, 3 of 4. Steve Grogan, 11 of 15. On card inscribed, Magic Johnson, 104 out of 150. Joe Theismann, 1 of 2. Drew Pearson, 1 of 3. Johnny Football, on card inscribed, 57 of 100. Doug Flutie, 32 of 35. Bo Jackson, 5 of 8. Edgerrin James, Terrell Davis, Thurman Thomas, and Chris Johnson, 5 of 15. Oh. That'll be headed to random.org then the break. Stay tuned for that if you have any of those 4 guys. Dave Justice, 12 of 35. Juju Lewis, 4 of 4. Alvin Mateo, 13 of 15. Dave Winfield, 3 of 7. Greg Oden, on card inscribed, 11 of 100. Hines Ward, 8 of 12. Killer Juliana Miller, 31 of 35. On card inscribed, Trevor Hoffman, 69 of 100. Nice and safe, clearly. On card inscribed, Antonio Brown. Yeah, well, that wasn't so safe in there. None of us are safe when he was around. Business Bowman. I don't know how much is Bowman now. Dual auto, Jim Kelly and Benny Testaverde. 6 of 6. Pete Weber. Bad Boy of Bowling on card inscribed 49 of 100. Udonis Haslem, 2 of 15. Terry Bradshaw, 5 of 6. And final pack, final card. Gary Payton, 3 of 4. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you all so much for being part of the break. As always, go and get a hit recap going real quick, and then we'll take care of our 2 randoms. Coming up next, we do have 2025 Spectacular Baseball. If you're looking for that, you're in the right spot, just a little bit early. For the hits, Don Chaney, Drew Pearson, Doug Flutie, Bo Jackson, Dave Justice, Alvin Bethea, Dave Winfield, Greg Oden, Hines Ward, Antonio Brown, and Gary Payton. Magic Johnson, Joe Theismann, Johnny Mantel, Juju Lewis, Juliana Miller, Pete Weber, Rod Hullett, Raleigh Fingers, Steve Grogan, Trevor Hoffman, Udonis Haslem, and Terry Bradshaw. And headed to random.org, dual auto, Jem Kelly and Benny Testaverde, and quad auto, Edgerrin James, Terrell Davis, Thurman Thomas, and CJ2K. Alright, that is it for Multisport. I'm going to head over to random.org real quick and knock these 2 out. Back down in just a second. All right, we've got random org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Put it through your how to be valid for us. We're gonna go 7 times on each random. Jim Kelly and Benny Testaverde up first. That is 6 times. 2 plus 5 is 7. Final roll. Jim Kelly with the win. Congratulations. And Edgerrin James, Terrell Davis, Thurman Thomas, and Chris Johnson. That is 6 times. Final roll. Terrell Davis with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for Multi-Sport. We'll be back at the top of the hour with 2025 Least Spectacular Baseball. I'll catch you guys back here for that shortly. Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Spectacular Baseball to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and save us as on eBay. That'll make it that much easier to get back to us for more breaks and let you know we're live and to be live. Also, to mention no purchase necessary, link down in the description. Box number one. Good luck, everybody. Tony Oliva, 6 of 10. Dexter McClellan Jr., 6 of 15. And Orlando Cepeda, 1 of 2. Patch auto. Game used patch. Sick. Quad patch, Greg Jeffries, 15 of 35. Octo patch, Joe McCarthy, Miller Huggins, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Roger Maris, and Thurman Munson. 5 of 5. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Stay tuned for that if you have any of those guys. And Sportscast, Brandon Quinton Adams, Victor Diamatia, Grant Gelt, Tom Uri, Chauncey Leopardi, Patrick Reyna, Marty York, and Shane Obajinsky. 2 of 3. Boom. For the Sandlot. That will also be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have any of these 8 guys. Jim Rice, 6 of 6. Start off box number 2. Ferguson Jenkins, the ever-present. 1 of 18 on card. And Greg Maddux, 4 of 30. Card number 4. Hank Aaron, 2 of 5. Game used. The G-Men, 1 of 7. Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Orlando Cepeda, Willie McCovey, Will Clark, Juan Marichal, Bobby Thompson, and Frankie Frisch. Boom. And 10 of 15, Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, and Mark McGuire. Now we are on to the final box and break, box number 3. Good luck, everybody. Appreciate that, my friend. Pedro Martinez, 4 or 5. Caden Bogenpole, 5 of 5. Mark McGuire, 1 of 3. Don Drysdale, 1 of 1. The Goats, 7 of 15. Dizzy Dean, Warren Spann, Bob Gibson, and Don Drysdale. And final card of the break will be Nolan Ryan, 3 of 3 patch auto. Boom. Great looking patch. And that will do it for us, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being part of the break as always. Really do appreciate having you in here on a Thursday morning. Go ahead and get a hit recap going real quick, and then we will take care of all of our randoms. A nice little mix. For the hits, Dexter McClellan Jr., Greg Jeffries, Ferguson Jenkins, Greg Maddox, Hank Aaron, Caden Bogenpole, and Don Drysdale. Orlando Cepeda, Jim Rice, Pedro Martinez, Mark McGuire, Nolan Ryan, Antonio Oliva. And headed to random.org. Triple Auto, King Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, and Mark McGuire, 10 of 15. Dizzy Dean, Warren Spann, Bob Gibson, and Don Drysdale. Joe McCarthy, Miller Huckins, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Roger Maris, and Thurman Munson. Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Orlando Cepeda, Willie McCovey, Will Clark, Juan Marichal, Bobby Thompson, and Frankie Frisch. And Cast of the Sandlot, Brandon Quinton Adams, Victor Diamatia, Grant Gelt, Tom Urey, Chauncey Leopardi, Patrick Reyna, Matty York, and Shane Obajenski, 2 of 3. Alright, that is it for baseball. We'll be back in just a few minutes with random.org pulled up and good to go. Alright, we've got random the door pulled up and good to go. Gotta roll some dice. Give it through how do you val for us. Gotta go 4 times on the random, starting off with Ken Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, and Mark McGuire. That is 3 times. Final roll. Frank Thomas with the win. Congratulations. Dizzy Dean, Warren Spann, Bob Gibson, and Don Drysdale. That is 3 times. Final roll. Bob Gibson with the win. Congratulations. Joe McCarthy, Miller Huggins, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Roger Maris, and Thurman Munson. That's 3 times. Final roll. Babe Ruth with the win. Congratulations. Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Elena Cepeda, William McCovey, Will Clark, Juan Marshall, Bobby Thompson, and Frankie Frisch. That is 3 times. Final roll. Bobby Thompson with the win. Congratulations. And finally, Brandon Quinton Adams, Victor Diamatia, Grant Gelt, Tom Urey, Chauncey Leopardi, Patrick Reina, Marty York, and Shane Opajensky. That is 3 times. Final roll. Patrick Reina with the win. Congratulations. Alright, that is it for us for today. Thank you guys again. This has been BMC Collectibles Breaks. We look forward to having you all back in here sometime soon. And until next time, everybody, we have a great rest of your Thursday.